Hello, gentlemen. News today here. I'm sure you've heard the news, but you haven't heard it like this. Welcome back to the channel, where we make even the biggest stories feel a little bit hotter. Today, we're talking about something that just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Books! I know, but stick with me, because when you really think about it, books are kinda irresistible. Have you ever noticed how they grow? Not like a plant, but how they get physically bigger. It all comes down to the pages, gentlemen. You start with one page, then another, and before you know it, you've got this little stack, just waiting to get bigger. But what happens when that stack keeps growing? It's kind of amazing, right? Gets me excited just thinking about it. You can literally watch a story expand, taller, wider, heavier. It's a transformation you can feel. It's like the author is building a skyscraper, but instead of steel and glass, they're using words and paper. Now that's hot. Each page adds a new floor, a new level to the adventure. You can see the spine of the book getting thicker and thicker, and you just know that the world inside is getting more and more epic. It's a physical representation of the story's depth, and that's what we're going to explore today. We're going on a journey, a visual adventure to see just how much a book can change as we pile on the pages. We're going to see them transform from something tiny and pocket-sized into something so massive it's almost unbelievable. How big can a book get? How much story can you fit between two covers? Let's find out together. This is gonna be fun, you guys. It's gonna be huge. Alright, let's start with our first contender. The 100-page book. Look at this little guy. Isn't it great? It's the perfect size. You can hold it in one hand, no problem. It's so light, so unassuming. It's not trying to be a big deal, you know? It's just here for a good time, not a long time. It's the kind of book you can just grab on your way out the door. It's your buddy for the bus ride or that wait at the dentist's office. This book is all about convenience. It's slim, it's trim, it's ready for action. You can slide it into your back pocket. I mean, maybe not with these pants, but you get the idea. It fits perfectly into a purse or a backpack without adding any real weight. You almost forget it's there until you need it. It's like the secret weapon of reading, ready to be deployed whenever you have a spare moment to escape into a different world. It doesn't ask for a huge commitment. A 100-page book is like, hey, got an afternoon? Let's hang out. It's not asking you to clear your schedule for the next month. It's a quick, satisfying read. You can start it after breakfast and be done by lunch. There's a real sense of accomplishment there, right? You finished a whole book. High five. It's a complete story. A little gem packed into a neat, tidy package. The feel of it is just so manageable. The spine is thin, flexible. You can bend it back without feeling like you're breaking some ancient artifact. The pages turn so quickly, you feel like you're flying through the story. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh! Before you know it, you're at the last page. It's an appetizer, a delicious little morsel that gives you a taste of a story without weighing you down. Think about the kind of story that fits in here. It's gotta be punchy, right? No time for messing around. It's a single, focused idea. Maybe it's a gripping short story with a twist ending that just leaves you staring into space. Or it could be a collection of poems, each one a little window into a feeling or a moment. It's all about impact and efficiency. Get in, tell the story, get out. There's a certain elegance to its simplicity. It doesn't need a giant, sprawling world. It can create a universe in just a few thousand words. It's a testament to the power of concise storytelling. It proves you don't need a massive canvas to paint a beautiful picture. Sometimes, the most powerful things come in the smallest packages. This book is proof of that. It's the perfect entry point for someone who thinks they don't have time to read. You show them this, and they're like, oh, okay, I can handle that. It's approachable, it's friendly, it's not intimidating at all. It's the welcome mat of the literary world. It says, come on in, the water's fine. And that's a beautiful thing, getting more people to dive in. The physical presence is so minimal, it's almost cute. You can stack like 10 of these on top of each other and it's still not that tall. It's the David to the Goliaths of the bookshelf. It holds its own, not through size but through its sheer pluckiness. It's the little book that could, and it does. It delivers a full experience in a compact form. When you hold it, you don't feel the weight of a huge saga. You feel the potential of a quick escape. It's a mental vacation you can take anytime, anywhere. You can just pop it open and be gone, transported to another place, another life, just for a little while. And then, when you're done, you close it, slip it back in your bag, and you're back in your world, maybe a little changed. The spine, being so slim, barely has room for the title. It's almost a secret. You have to look closely to see what it is. It's not screaming for attention from across the room, it's waiting to be discovered. You have to get up close and personal with it. It invites intimacy, a one-on-one connection between the reader and the story. It represents a single sitting, a focused burst of imagination. You're not dipping in and out over weeks. You're immersing yourself completely for a short, intense period. It's a sprint, not a marathon, and that sprint can be just as exhilarating, just as rewarding. You cross the finish line feeling breathless and satisfied. And the best part? Once you're done, you can immediately pass it on to a friend. You have to read this. It's shareable, it's giftable. It's a little piece of magic you can easily hand over, spreading the joy of the story. It's not a huge commitment for them either. It's a small package of delight, ready to be unwrapped by the next reader. Think of it as a single episode of a great TV show. It's self-contained, it's satisfying, and it leaves you wanting more, but in a good way. It doesn't leave you hanging with a massive cliffhanger for a year. It gives you closure. It's a complete, bite-sized narrative journey. And sometimes, that's exactly what you need. Holding it is like holding a promise of a quick adventure, a brief friendship with characters you'll meet and say goodbye to in a short span. The pages are crisp, the number is small. You can see the end from the beginning, and that's comforting. It's a journey with a clear destination, and you know you'll get there soon. It's the kind of book that encourages you to take a chance on something new. A new author, a new genre. The investment is small, but the potential reward is huge. You might just discover your next favorite writer. It's a low-risk, high-reward proposition. And who doesn't love that? When you close that final page, there's a distinct feeling of lightness. You haven't been bogged down by 1,000 subplots. You've experienced one thing, and you've experienced it fully. It's clean, it's neat. The 100-page book is a masterclass in minimalism, proving that a story's power isn't measured in its thickness, but in its heart. So let's give it up for the 100-page book. The pocket rocket, the quick escape, the perfect little package of story. It's small, it's mighty, and it's an essential part of the literary ecosystem. A true unsung hero of the bookshelf. It's just fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Okay, now we're leveling up. We're moving on to the big leagues, or at least the bigger leagues. Let's bring out the 1,000-page book. Whoa, okay, now this. This is a book. You feel this one. When you pick it up, you know you're holding something significant. It has heft, it has presence. This isn't a book you just toss in your bag. This is a book you make plans around. Look at the difference. It's not just a little thicker, it's a whole different beast. The spine on this thing is a billboard. You can see the title from across the room. It's bold, it's confident, it stands on the shelf and says, yeah, that's right, I'm here. I've got a story to tell and it's gonna take a while, so get comfortable. It's a commitment, and it's proud of it. Holding this book requires two hands, at least for comfortable reading. You cradle it. It's not a quick fling, it's a relationship. You're going to be spending some serious quality time together. You find a favorite chair, you get a blanket, maybe some tea. You're settling in for the long haul. This book is an event. It's your companion for weeks, maybe even months. The feel of it is just so substantial. You can feel the density of the pages, the sheer volume of words packed inside. When you open it, it doesn't just fall open. It has a weight to it, a history. Each half of the book feels like a respectable volume on its own. And that sound when you set it down on a table, that satisfying thud, that's the sound of a world waiting for you. Think about the story inside a 1,000-page book. This is where authors can really stretch their legs. They can build worlds from the ground up, with intricate histories, complex political systems, and diverse cultures. There's room for everything. You're not just getting a story, you're getting an immersive experience. You're getting a deep dive. You get to know the characters in a way that's just not possible in a shorter book. You see them grow and change over hundreds and hundreds of pages. You see their flaws, their triumphs, their moments of quiet desperation. They become real people. They become your friends, your enemies. You get so invested in their lives, their choices feel like your own. And the subplots? Oh, the subplots. A 1,000-page book is a tapestry woven from countless threads. There's the main quest? Sure. But there are also dozens of smaller stories happening in the background, all contributing to the richness of the world. It's a universe teeming with life and detail. You can get lost just exploring the side alleys of the narrative. There's a certain physicality to reading it. You can literally see your progress. You start with this huge chunk of pages on the right and a tiny sliver on the left. And slowly, day by day, that balance shifts. The left side gets thicker, the right side gets thinner. It's a tangible measure of your journey. You can feel how far you've come and see how far you have left to go. This is the kind of book that leaves an impression, both literally and figuratively. You fall asleep reading it, and you might wake up with the imprint of the cover on your face. I'm not saying that's happened to me, but I'm not saying it hasn't. It becomes a part of your physical space, a permanent resident on your nightstand. The spine has to be strong and sturdy to hold it all together. It's a work of engineering. It's built to last, to withstand the journey you're about to take with it. When you look at it on the shelf, it's a monument to the story it contains. It's a declaration that some stories need space to breathe, to unfold in their own time, at their own pace. It's not for the faint of heart. It can be intimidating. You pick it up and think, can I do this? Am I ready for this? But that's part of the appeal. It's a challenge. It's the Mount Everest of your reading list. And when you finally reach that last page, the sense of accomplishment is immense. You didn't just read a book, you conquered it. This is the realm of epic fantasy sagas, sprawling historical dramas, and dense philosophical novels. It's for stories that are too big, too complex to be contained in a smaller vessel. The author has a grand vision, and they need every single one of these 1,000 pages to bring it to life. And as a reader, you get to witness that vision in its full, unabridged glory. The weight in your hands is a constant reminder of the depth of the world you're in. It grounds you in the story. You're not just skimming the surface, you're plumbing the depths. You're exploring a Mariana Trench of narrative, discovering strange and wonderful things in the darkness. It's an adventure in every sense of the word. It changes your routine. You start looking for bigger pockets of time to read. You might stay up a little later, wake up a little earlier, just to get a few more chapters in. It reorganizes your life around it because the world inside is just that compelling. You have to know what happens next. When you're deep in a 1,000-page book, you carry it with you even when you're not reading. The characters and their problems occupy a little corner of your mind. You think about them while you're making coffee, while you're driving to work. You're living in two worlds at once, the real one and the one inside the book. And when it's over, it's really over. There's a genuine sense of loss. You've spent so much time in this world with these people. Closing the book for the last time feels like saying goodbye to old friends. It's a bittersweet feeling. You're sad it's over, but so glad you got to experience it. It leaves a mark on you. So, let's hear it for the 1,000-page book. The tome, the epic, the serious contender. It demands your time, your attention, your strength. But what it gives you in return is a world, a deep, rich, unforgettable world that will stay with you long after you've turned the final page. It's a journey worth taking. Absolutely incredible. Alright, brace yourselves. I mean it. Take a deep breath, because what we're about to witness is, well, it's something else entirely. We've seen the 100-page book, we've seen the 1,000-page book. But now we behold the 10,000-page book. Just look at this thing. It's not a book, it's a piece of furniture. You could use this as a step stool. You could use it as a doorstop for a castle. This is an absolute unit, a behemoth, a literary leviathan. I'm not even sure how you're supposed to pick this up. You'd need a team, maybe a forklift. Reading this wouldn't just be a hobby, it would be a full-body workout. Forget the gym, just try to get through chapter 1. The sheer physical presence is staggering, it's almost comical. Can you imagine trying to read this in bed? You'd need a reinforced headboard. You'd probably need a special desk, like one of those old-timey lecterns they have in libraries. You don't hold this book, you approach it. You pay your respects. It has its own gravitational pull. It's the Jupiter of the bookshelf. And all the other books are just tiny moons caught in its orbit. The spine on this thing, I mean, what do you even call that? It's not a spine, it's a wall. It's a monolith. You could write a whole other book on the spine of this book. The title would have to be in a font size so large you could read it from space. It's just mind-boggling to even conceive of. It's more paper than book. What kind of story could possibly fill 10,000 pages? It can't be just one story, can it? This has to be a collection, an encyclopedia of a fictional universe. This isn't just a world, it's a galaxy. It would have to contain the entire history of a civilization, from their creation myths to their distant, far-flung future. Every war, every peace treaty, every king, every peasant. Think of the detail. You wouldn't just meet a character, you'd get their entire family tree going back 20 generations. You wouldn't just visit a city, you'd have a street-by-street guide, complete with the biographies of every single resident. It's a level of immersion that is almost frightening. You wouldn't be escaping into this world, you'd be emigrating to it. Reading this would be a life's work. It's not a commitment of weeks or months, it's a commitment of years, decades maybe. Children would be born and grow up in the time it takes you to finish this book. You'd need to take notes, draw charts, create spreadsheets just to keep track of everything. It would be a scholarly pursuit. The sheer logistics are a nightmare. How do you even print this? How do you bind it? It would have to be bound in iron and dragon hide. And the poor author, imagine writing this. The carpal tunnel alone. It's a feat of endurance that defies belief. It's not just writing, it's a monumental act of creation on a scale that is difficult to comprehend. This book laughs at the idea of a plot. A 10,000-page book doesn't have a plot. It has a consciousness. It lives and breathes. It contains multitudes. It would be less like reading a story and more like downloading a universe directly into your brain. You wouldn't just understand the world, you would become a part of its fabric. The physical act of turning a page would be an ordeal. Each page would be thick, heavy. You'd turn one and it would feel like you'd accomplished something. Only 9,999 to go. The progress would be glacial. You'd read for an entire day, and the bookmark would have barely moved. It would be a test of patience, a trial of faith. It would have to be a multi-volume set, right? No single binding could hold this much power. It would come in its own dedicated bookshelf. It would be the centerpiece of any library, a conversation starter for the ages. People would come from miles around just to gaze upon it in wonder. It's a landmark. The characters in this book would be so fully realized, they'd feel more real than some of your actual relatives. You'd know their every thought, their every dream, their every secret. After 10,000 pages, you wouldn't just know them, you'd be them. Their memories would start to blend with your own. It's a dangerous, thrilling proposition. This is the ultimate expression of world building. It's taking the idea of a deep dive and turning it into a permanent submersion. You don't come up for air, you learn to breathe water. The story isn't just long, it's all-encompassing. It's a simulated reality made of paper and ink. Imagine the footnotes. The footnotes would probably be the size of a normal 1,000-page novel. The appendices would need their own appendices. It's a rabbit hole from which you might never emerge. It's a glorious, terrifying, magnificent monster of a book. When you finally reached the last page, what would that even feel like? I can't imagine. It wouldn't be just accomplishment, it would be transcendence. You would have completed a journey few would ever dare to start. You would close the back cover and the world would look different. You would be different. So here's to the 10,000-page book, the legend, the myth, the absolute unit. It's excessive, it's impractical, it's completely and utterly insane. And yet, isn't it incredible to think about? It represents the boundless nature of imagination, the idea that a story can be as big as we dare to dream it. It's a monument to the infinite possibilities of the written word. Just wow. So there you have it. From a slim 100-page friend to a 10,000-page giant that you need a permit to own. It's just incredible, isn't it? How the simple act of adding more pages can so fundamentally change what a book is. It transforms from a quick escape into a long-term relationship and finally into a lifelong quest. The physical size is a direct reflection of the size of the world and the story held within its covers. It's a visual journey that mirrors the narrative one. Each page is a new brick in the foundation, a new step on the path. The more pages you add, the taller the structure, the deeper the world, the more complex the lives of the characters become. It's a powerful reminder that some stories are small and perfect, while others need a massive canvas to be told. Seeing them side by side, you really get a sense of the amazing diversity and scale of human imagination. It's just paper and ink, but it can build universes of any size. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What kind of story would you tell if you had 10,000 pages to fill? Would it be the entire history of a single family? The minute-by-minute account of one person's entire life? Or a sprawling epic that spans galaxies and millennia? Think about it, and let me know in the comments below. What would your 10,000-page story be about? Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time. But before we close the cover on this journey, let's take a moment to explore the most enduring and influential big books of all time, the sacred texts that have shaped civilizations, the biblical books. These ancient manuscripts began as oral traditions whispered and sung by storytellers across deserts and mountains. Over centuries, they were carefully written down, copied by hand, and passed from generation to generation. The origins of these books are shrouded in mystery and reverence, their words carrying the hopes, fears, and wisdom of countless people. The impact of these texts is immeasurable. They've inspired art, music, law, and philosophy. Their stories of floods and exodus, kings and prophets have been told and retold, each time evolving, adapting to new languages and cultures. And yet, despite the passing of centuries, their core messages endure, preserved through painstaking translation and interpretation. What's truly remarkable is how these stories have transformed. From fragile scrolls to illuminated manuscripts, from printed tomes to digital archives, each generation finds new ways to keep their meaning alive. The biblical books are not just relics of the past, they are living, breathing narratives, continuously reimagined by those who read and believe in them. So, as we marvel at the sheer size of books and the worlds they contain, remember, some stories are so powerful, so vital, that they survive the test of time, growing, changing, and inspiring us, page after page, century after century. If you'd like a deep dive into any of these timeless tomes, let us know in the comments. Until then, keep turning the pages. Your next great story might just be waiting for you. But the story of big books doesn't end with the familiar. Across continents and centuries, ancient texts from every corner of the world whisper their own secrets. From the enigmatic Voynich manuscript, filled with indecipherable script and bizarre illustrations, to the sprawling Mahabharata of India, one of the longest epic poems ever written. These works are more than just words on paper. They're puzzles, treasures, and windows into lost worlds. Some, like the Egyptian Book of the Dead, were guides for the afterlife, packed with spells and symbols still being decoded by scholars today. Others, like the Popol Vuh of the Maya, preserve the myths and history of entire civilizations, offering rare glimpses into ancient ways of life. What makes these texts unique isn't just their age or size, but the mysteries they hold. Many are written in languages no longer spoken, or filled with references to rituals and beliefs we're only beginning to understand. Every discovery, a hidden meaning, a translated passage, brings us closer to the people who created them. As we journey through these ancient pages, we're reminded that the world's biggest books aren't just about their physical heft. They're about the weight of history, culture, and imagination. Each one is a testament to humanity's endless curiosity and the timeless desire to record our stories, no matter how mysterious or monumental. So the next time you come across a dusty tome or a cryptic manuscript, remember, within those pages, there just might be a secret waiting to be unlocked. But how did these monumental stories begin? Long before ink met parchment, tales were passed from mouth to ear, generation after generation. Around crackling fires and beneath starry skies, oral traditions gave life to heroes, gods, and adventures, stories that grew with each retelling, expanding in scope and wonder. As civilizations flourished, these spoken sagas found new homes on clay tablets, scrolls, and eventually, the giant tomes we marvel at today. The journey from whispered legend to epic manuscript is more than just a change in format. It's a transformation in scale and significance. What began as a simple tale shared among a few became the foundation for cultures, religions, and entire ways of thinking. Each time a story was written down, it gained permanence. A chance to inspire not just a village, but the whole world. From the humble beginnings of oral tradition to the sprawling pages of the world's biggest books, stories have always found ways to grow. They gather meaning, carry wisdom, and connect us across time and distance. In every epic, every ancient text, and every mysterious manuscript, we see the same spark, the human drive to remember, to imagine, and to share. So as we close the covers of these colossal works, let's celebrate not just their size, but their journey, from whisper to wonder, and from one generation to the next. Behind every monumental book lies a hidden story, not just of words, but of materials. For centuries, bookbinders have turned to nature's toughest resources to protect precious pages. Most notably leather, goatskin, prized for its supple strength, was a favorite choice, while horsehide and other animal leathers offered exceptional durability for covers meant to last generations. Craftsmen carefully selected, tanned, and shaped each hide, transforming it from raw material into a resilient shield. These leather-bound covers did more than just preserve. They added a tactile richness, a sense of gravitas, and an unmistakable scent that still lingers in ancient libraries. Every crease, every grain, tells a story of the animal it came from and the hands that shaped it. In the world of giant tomes, the cover isn't just protection, it's a testament to the artistry and resourcefulness that helps stories endure through the ages.